Good morning and welcome to a special winter weather edition of This Week at the Creek. I'm JC Erickson. We have breaking news as of 11:30 a.m. today. Keller ISD has announced that the district will be closed on both Thursday, February 3rd and Friday, February 4th due to winter weather. No classes will be held and all before and after school clubs and programs will be canceled on the day that school is closed. Keller ISD joins Dallas, Fort Worth, and other area ISDs in closing for the expected severe winter weather. The potential for winter weather is strong from tonight through Friday. Take a look at how the school closing decisions are made.
With all local forecasts indicating a 90 to 100% chance of snow in the next 24 hours, the question on a lot of people's minds is if school will be affected by the inclement weather, and of course, if Thursday will become a snow day. A lot of things go into deciding if the district will close due to weather, such as information on road conditions from transportation staff and local police, amounts of snow and ice accumulated, whether precipitation is continuous, whether facilities have electricity and heat, temperatures outside, wind chills, weather forecasts, sidewalk conditions, and what other area school districts are doing. But in the end, the decision comes down to one person, Superintendent Dr. Westfall.
Dallas ISD made the decision yesterday to close schools Thursday through Friday, alongside Fort Worth ISD and other area school districts.
Yesterday, in an email from the school district, they reiterated that it is a thorough decision-making process and that the public will know no later than 5:30 a.m. the day of school. On colorisd.net, all Keller ISD social medias, and local news outlets including Fox 4, NBC5, WFAA Channel 8, and CBS 11, including radio stations WBAP 820 AM and KRLD 1080 AM. At 11:30 a.m., Keller ISD notified all students and parents that schools will be closed Thursday and Friday. In a new email to students and parents, Keller ISD said classes are expected to resume again on Monday, February 7th. Keller ISD will not have to make up these missed days, as the district's instructional calendar includes additional daily minutes to account for such a closure.
To help us understand the current forecast and what could happen in the future, here's Alexis Collins live in the studio. Alexis, what's the latest?
Thanks, JC. As you can see here in DFW, we are currently in a winter weather warning. We are expected to have ice and snow by 3 p.m., but rain is expected to start around 1 p.m. So we'll see here, we'll move from cold rain to sleet to snow to ice. And in this next graphic, you'll understand and you'll see that compared to our other areas around us, like Bowie and Graham, Fort Worth is going to receive more sleet and snow, which makes for more dangerous conditions on the road. So be very careful as you're traveling. And we'll see in this next picture here that around 6 p.m. tonight, we'll be receiving more ice and some more sleet and some more snow that'll freeze overnight and make for some dangerous road conditions in the morning. Make sure that you are very aware of where you're going and what you need for tomorrow, and make sure that whenever you are going out, you are going to be very careful. Drive slow, drive safe, be careful. Around 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow night, we'll be heading into this wintry mix, this dangerous area of sleet, snow, ice, and rain, and it'll freeze over the ice. As we saw earlier, Dallas and Fort Worth ISD have also closed down schools for tomorrow and Friday, and Keller ISD has joined the bandwagon and done the same. Here in this graphic, we can see that we will be receiving about 1/10 to 1/4 inches of ice on the ground, which will also be dangerous for the roads. Again, we're very, very looking forward to ice on the roads, so be very, very careful on those. Different ways that you can prepare for your car, for example, please make sure to fill up with gas tonight or on your way home from work or school or any of the things. Make sure that you leave your taps dripping. Make sure that those pipes are always in movement to make sure they won't freeze through. We want to make sure that you have enough water. Power outages are considerable, but we are not expecting them to be like they were last year. Make sure you are covering all of your outside drains. You do not want those to freeze over. They will burst. Make sure that when you are preparing, you have a heat source, a safe heat source, light source, and make sure that you have blankets and things to keep you warm at night. In this next graphic, we'll see comparisons from this year, this upcoming winter storm, to last year's storm. It'll be as cold as 5 degrees to 15 on Friday night. That will be the coldest portion of this week's storm compared to last year's, which was -5 to 5 degrees. Those are some lower temperatures compared to this year. This will only last 3 days for us this year compared to last year's full week long of below freezing. The coldest wind chills for us this weekend are going to be from -5 to 10 degrees compared to last year's -20. Precipitation is going to be more ice and sleet, again, more dangerous for the roads, whereas last year was mainly snow. For road conditions, it's going to be more treacherous to travel, heavier icing. Black ice is also a considerable thing. Last year was hazardous, but it was still drivable. This year, we're encouraging you to stay home on Thursday and Friday night. And then for power outages, as I said before, they're going to be mainly due to ice and trees on power lines and high winds this year, whereas last year was due to high energy demand. They have done some things to fix what happened last year and make sure that it won't happen again this year. However, we still should be prepared for rolling brownouts. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks, Alexis. We also talked to science teacher Mr. Zamora about the conditions needed for winter weather. Let's take a look.
Hi, good morning, Timber Creek. My name is Jay Zamora. I am the Earth and Space Science and Anatomy and Physiology teacher here at Timber. I'm going to take a little bit of time to share with you some information about weather for this week. We've got some interesting winter weather approaching compared to our 70-degree day-to-day, because obviously Texas. And let's be honest, you really just want to know if school's going to be canceled this week, as we all do. So first off, if you recall, a little bit of middle school science here. The water cycle, if you remember the water cycle, this is the process by which water evaporates on the planet, finds its way in the atmosphere, and eventually condenses in the atmosphere and finds its way back to Earth. If you recall, probably diagrams looking like this as well. It's this process of precipitation and collection that we're really going to focus on for this week, specifically with the lower temperatures and the chance for rain, freezing rain, and hopefully some snow as well. How does this actually work? Well, if temperatures are above freezing, we can expect rain. As we get colder and start reaching that below freezing temperature, we start moving into what we call freezing rain, sleet, and then eventually snow. All of this is based on how the water freezes in the atmosphere before it eventually hits the earth. And keep in mind, temperatures on the earth itself, the ground, do factor into this chance of actually getting snow that's going to stick. If temperatures are at 41 degrees or higher, snow can fall, but it's probably going to melt by the time it hits the ground. Now, what does that mean for us? If we do end up with some freezing rain or some snow, there is a potential for ice on the roads. Really, this is a result of temperatures not being quite at freezing. Snow falls, traffic drives over it, melts the snow. The heat from the roads itself also are going to melt some of that snow. And then if temperatures drop really low, which we can expect later this week, we end up with ice on the roads, and obviously a dangerous situation, especially with conditions like black ice. If you're not familiar with black ice, the ice itself is not actually black. It's actually clear, and it's just a very thin glaze of ice that is very difficult for people to see. This can cause you to lose control of your car. You can end up spinning out, doing 180-degree turns or even 360-degree turns, and it makes it very difficult for your tires and for your brakes to function properly. So this is something to watch out for if we do find ourselves in some icy conditions. Stay alert, stay safe, and make sure that you are checking in with the people that are running things like our school superintendent, weather people, either through the local news or online. Thank you.
We'll be back after this break with more national, entertainment, and sports news.
I'm Ignacio Sosa with your weekly dose of national news. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer confirmed his retirement on January 27th. The justice was appointed in 1994 by Bill Clinton and served for more than 27 years, ending his term at the age of 83. As a new Supreme Court justice is being replaced, the Biden administration has looked for adequate nominee who could considerably be a woman of color. It is clear that this nomination could invoke some major changes in lawmaking. Molly Murphy, a lead advisor of the Democratic congressional campaign, stated that she didn't expect the needle to move much, meaning that if this transition goes well, it could be a simple change for both political parties. The investigation of the January 6th insurrection is still surging as District Attorney of Fulton County, Georgia, Fannie T. Willis, has asked for federal protection due to the alarming remarks by previous President Donald Trump and the remarks made by concerned individuals. Ms. Willis made her request in a letter on January 30th. Willis stated that her and her staff had already made security adjustments to accommodate their concerns during their investigation. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ignacio Sosa, and that was National News. Coming up after the break, we'll have Dalton Pastorius with entertainment news.
Interested in cheer? Well, on January 26th, there will be a tryout meeting in the lecture hall at 6:30 p.m. On February 16th is when all and any paperwork is due, as well as t-shirt orders. Each of those should be in by 4 p.m. And on March 7th to March 10th is the official tryout week. If you have any questions, contact Coach Fickle at alicia.fickle@kellerisd.net.
Hi, I'm Dalton Pastorius with your weekly dose of entertainment news. Famous pop star and founder of the fashion line Fenty X Beauty, Rihanna announced her pregnancy. Photos of her and her boyfriend A$AP Rocky displaying her belly bump have taken over the web. The couple debuted their relationship back in May of 2021. In March of 2020, she told British Vogue that within 10 years, I'll have kids, 3 or 4 of them. Even if she hasn't found Mr. Right yet, it seems like her dreams have come true. For our gamers out there, Breath of the Wild 2 will be released in the upcoming months along with Sonic Frontiers and Horizon the Forbidden West. All will be released this year, so look out. Now I'll give some of the hottest take on the newest show. HBO's original series Euphoria has taken over people by the ears. Rue, our main protagonist, deals with overwhelming visceral sea of emotions by conducting substance abuse until her confronted by her love interest Jules. The show deals with themes such as sexual discovery, courage, loneliness, love, and regret, with not only Rue, but with other conflicting characters like Nate Jacobs or Cassie Howard. Euphoria has received an audience score of 89% and 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Thanks for tuning in. After the break, we'll go to JC Erickson with Sports News.
Oh hey, seniors, honor cords are officially up for sale right now. Make sure to check with your sponsors or your coaches for eligibility and how to pay. Payments and orders should be made by February 15th of 2022. Now go get your cords and make sure you have them to graduate with.
It's that time of year again. Finally, after 2 years, the Chadpal Special Olympics track meet will be happening Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. If you would like to volunteer for this event, you can pick up an instruction form for the application at Mr. Swartz's room M237. Applications can be picked up before school, during passing periods, or after school. You cannot leave class to pick up an application. But remember, Before you can apply, you need to attend a mandatory meeting, and the deadline to apply online in Aries will be February 18th, 2022. There are no exceptions. With sports news. Next week on February 13th is the Super Bowl, where we'll see the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals go head-to-head. The championship will start at 5:30 Central Standard Time, so tune in. Tom Brady announced this Tuesday that he would retire. At the age of 44, Brady would be putting an end to his 22-year career. Over the course of his legendary career, Brady has won 7 Super Bowl rings, 6 with the New England Patriots and 1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in his penultimate season in 2020-2021. That's all for this special winter weather edition of This Week at the Creek. Again, Keller ISD has closed schools on February 3rd and February 4th due to winter weather.